P, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to review Love and Marriage Huntsville episode 6. Let's get right into it. First scene, we see Miss Melody coming in, going to a restaurant. She's wearing all black, looking like a Black Panther, and she's meeting with Kimmie. They're very happy to see each other. Mel is telling Kimmie that she's looking great. Is it because of the honeymoon? And Kimmie is saying, yeah, I've been feeling very happy lately, and I love going on vacation. Then we have Miss Stormy coming in, and all three ladies are catching up. They're talking about the pajama party and everything, and Stormy is letting them know that she actually met with Tiffany and they got to discuss what happened during the pajama party and that they're in better terms now. She wants to get to know Tiffany a little bit better, even though she has a reservation. Kimmie is asking Mel about Keke's presence. She's saying that at the time she didn't really want to ask about it, but she felt like now this is the right time to ask, and she would like to know, when did Mel become so close to Keke that she's being invited to a function, because this is the first time that she sees Keke at a function for Mel. And Mel is saying that Keke and her actually are very cool. They have a friend in common and they always ask about each other. They've been talking together for a while. Mel has nothing against Keke. She really likes her a lot, and she felt that it was okay to invite her. And Kimmie is not completely bought. She thinks that there's some strategy there. And of course there is. We know how Mel is. Mel is no angel. She's not happy with Latisha, and being closer to Keke is a way to ruffle her feather, and it is working. Mel tells them that she got to meet with Destiny and that they had a discussion. She tell them about the text messages and saying that Destiny was not telling the truth during the last reunion. Ask them what happened, and they're like surprised about it, and they're asking Mel if she thinks that they're ever going to be back friends, and Mel is like, it's never going to be the same again. And I understand. Destiny is not being totally honest. A part of me is thinking that the show is not going to bring them back closer. Maybe if it was not because of the show, they probably could have still tried to build a relationship, but the show is just making things worse. And Destiny is not even seeing Mel's point, so I understand why Mel felt the way she feels. Then Kimmie is telling her that she wants to throw a house party for Jalen and that she's not going to invite Martel. And she says she's not going to invite Martel because Martel has had a lot of drama around him lately, and that she just doesn't want to be part of that. And also, she's not going to invite Martel because she did promise Mel that if Mel is invited somewhere, she's not going to invite Martel. And if Martel is invited somewhere, she's not going to invite Mel. So Mel is telling her, why didn't you have that energy when Martel was doing everything that he was doing before to me and bringing all this drama? And Kimmie is basically saying that she's had some good times with Martel and that Martel has a big heart, but that lately is bringing a lot of drama, like things around him brought a lot of drama. I think that Kimmie is realizing that as long as her husband is going to be friends with Martel, the whole Atlanta trip, the whole picture trip, it really brought a lot of problem, and she wants to kind of like run away with it. I'm gonna say that a big part of it is kind of like selfish, as she should be. She's trying to protect her marriage. I don't blame her. But I do agree that it would have been nice if she could have that energy before, when Martel and Mel were in the thick of their problems. Next scene, we have Destiny and Martel. Destiny is coming at night to visit Martel in his new bachelor pad. They're happy to see each other and they're catching up. Destiny starts by saying that she's meeting with Martel because Martel is the person that knows Mel the most. I'm like, are you trying to come to Martel to get advices on how to deal with Mel? Or are you coming to talk to Martel because Martel is your friend and you just want someone to vent to? I realized very soon that it was option 2 that I just mentioned. She basically tells Martel about the situationship with Mel, and Destiny even said that Mel ran away. Now, Destiny, you know damn well that Mel did not run away. Mel came to the meeting that she set up with you. She told you what she needed to tell you. She showed you text message. She showed you evidence. You didn't listen to her. You ignored her. You stood your ground. When she realized that you were not going to compromise on the situation, she removed herself. Mel didn't run away from you. You didn't do anything. Mel schooled you. And when she was done schooling you, and she realized that you were not going to back down, and that they would be more back and forth, and that the situation was not going to be resolved, she removed herself. So I feel like you should have been honest with Martell instead of making it look like Mel ran away because she wasn't trying to fix the situation. That's just not what happened. But thankfully, the camera was there. She's not being honest on what transpired between her and Mel. She's trying to make it look like Mel just want to have a problem. She's basically saying that Mel has a problem with her being friend with Martell. She's known Martell way longer than she's known friend. They've had a relationship with him, for a long time. And Martell is her friend, and that is not someone that she can give up on, even though she's friend with Mel. I understand a part of what Destiny is saying. She has a stronger relationship with Martell, even though she is a friend of the group. I understand where she feels with that, but the problem is that you are causing problem with Mel, but then you're still openly showing your friendship with Martell. And it's just the way that Destiny is navigating the situationship that is probably making Mel angry, Because as a woman, you know really well that the things that Martell did to Mel are not right. It's just not right. So at some point, yeah, you're closer to Martell, he is your friend, but what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And in this divorce proceeding, Martell was just wrong, So you became a friend of the couple. Whenever you got closer to them, you became a friend of the couple. Granted, you're closer to Martell, but what's fair is fair, and Martell was wrong. And we see snippet of you telling him that he was wrong and everything, and that was good, but you're not going to also act like that was the only problem that Mel has with you. It's a mix of things, right? It's an escalation of things. You being friend and close to Martell is maybe the nail on the coffin, maybe not, but it's just one of the many reasons why Mel is not comfortable with you. I hope you're going to see my video so that maybe it will help you understand why Mel is mad, because I don't think she's just mad at you because you're a friend with Martell. There's a lot more to the situation. So do not make it look like this is all it is about. And Martell is talking about, yeah, this is not fair, but honestly, yeah, Martell, you're making sense today, but you never made sense in your marriage. So a part of me is like, whatever. Next scene, we have Tisha and Miss Wanda. Miss Wanda coming to visit Latisha because she wants some money for a truck. She wants to see Marceau. Where Marceau at? And she's looking great as usual. Miss Wanda knows how to take care of herself. Tisha also looks great. I love the hair color on her, the makeup. I really love her look. Latisha is definitely a beautiful lady. So they're catching up, happy to see each other. And Miss Wanda wants the money for a truck. She's telling her daughter that she finally got a business license. So that's a great step toward a business. And Latisha is happy for her mom. And she's also telling her what was said between her and Marceau. She said that Marceau is definitely open to contribute and give money for the business. But Latisha and him wants a mom to shadow someone maybe in the kitchen so that she can get the experience, because they really want a food truck to be a success. And I thought that was really nice. So they're having a very good conversation and it went well. Then Latisha tells Miss Wanda that she met up with Kimmie. And Miss Wanda is like, because Miss Wanda has not been happy with Kimmie fighting with her daughter. And Latisha tells her that Kimmie and her, they love each other, and that Kimmie clarified the comment about them not being friends if they weren't family. And she said that honestly, she is in a good page with Kimmie. They're good. They have love for each other. And Miss Wanda is not, she's not sure about it. Let's just say that she's not sure about Miss Kimmie. She thinks that Miss Kimmie is a snake. But, since her daughter is happy, she will have to go with the flow. And then Latisha is telling her that Kimmie told her that Mel threw a pajama party and her cousin Keke was there. And Miss Wanda is shocked. She's like,
Keke niece? My niece?
She's not liking what she hears. And she's like, yeah, Keke has been there, was there, and she's been very close to Mel. And they talk about Latisha all the time. Miss Keke is not happy with what she's hearing. And she's saying that, you know what? Kimmie is a little bit better. You know, she's shading some of that snake skin she got. And Latisha is like, so you okay with Kimmie now? And she's like, let's just say that she's shedding, you know, she's not so snaky anymore. That was so funny. And then Miss Wanda is like, you know, when you see a shoe and it's not in the box, you have to be worried about it. Basically, she's just trying to say that Latisha needs to be worried about a cousin. A cousin is a snake, and a cousin's gonna see about her now. She's gonna see about her. She's not playing because Keke is a snake. Miss Wanda is hot. She says she's gonna talk to Keke, and it ain't gonna be cute for Keke because whoever talks about her daughter is talking about her. So she's gonna have a word with Keke. Latisha mentioned something like she feels that Keke is jealous of the life that Latisha is living, that Keke should have been the one living that life, but that's not the case. And I'm like, what's going on there? And Miss Wanda is just like, Keke better watch her back now. Next scene, we have Tiffany and Mel. Mel is coming to visit Tiffany in her office. We see Tiffany being working, and she's saying that she's happy that Mel is coming to visit her. This is a good break. So they catch up. They talk about kids. Mel asks if Tiffany wants to have children with Luis, and she's saying that the discussion has arisen. She's not sure if she can make it happen because during her first pregnancy, she bled a lot, so she wants to make sure that she is biologically okay to have another child. And she's also saying that she has some reservation because whenever her son and Louis' son goes to be with their parents, she really enjoys the quietness, you know? So she's really not sure about it. Then she's telling Mel that he decided that she wants to go look for her biological father because, you know, Tiffany mentioned in previous episode that she was adopted. She was able to find a biological mother, but now she wants to find a biological father. And Mel is so excited. Tiffany is telling Mel that she's going to go to Utah because that might have been where she was born. So Mel is so excited that she says she wants to come. She is a Scorpio and she really want to do all the research that's needed to be done, and that she's really serious about it. And Tiffany is open to it. And a part of me is like, yeah, I mean, I did mention that this would be very nice for the show, but a part of me is like, this is such a deep thing. You know, like Tiffany is saying that she wants what she planned to do it with Louis, but maybe she can make it a girls trip. And a part of me is like, that's kind of like a deep situation. I would rather go with my husband, you know, than to go with girlfriends. A part of me feels like Tiffany's friendship with Mel is not that strong. And if I have to do something like that with a friend, we have to be very, very, very close friends. This is not something that I would just do with anybody. So I understand it would be good for the show, but at the same time, I hope that Tiffany is making the right decision to take Mel with her, because this is something that's very deep. Let me all know what you think in the comments, y'all. Would you take such a trip with like someone that you're friendly with or someone that you're very close with, like your husband? I would like your opinion. Next scene, we have Keke and Wanda. Miss Wanda is paying a visit to her niece. We learn that Keke is in the process of moving into a new house. And they're cordial, they say hi, you know, and I'm like, they really look like each other, they really look like family. They say hi and everything, and they get to talk. Miss Wanda is straight to the point. She's telling her that she heard from Latisha that Keke has been friends with Mel, who she knows is not close to her daughter. So what's going on? Why is her niece talking to a cousin's frenemy? That ain't normal. What's going on? Wanda said that her niece is being messy. And Keke is like, my auntie is the messiest person ever, so that's like the pot calling the kettle. And, you know, we can see that those are really auntie and niece. Keke has her personality. She's not backing down. And she's saying that, well, Latisha has not always been nice to her. She has told her personal business to people before, So she doesn't understand why, because she's being friend with Mel, it's such a problem. And then the auntie is, Miss Wanda is like, well, that situation, Latisha told someone that she thought she was very close friend about a very specific situation, and that is very different because Keke is not friend. Basically, Keke is keep on bringing back the situation that happened with Latisha and Mel from 5 years ago. So Miss Wanda is like, when was that situation that you're talking about? Keke is like, that was 5 years ago. And I'm like, so you're talking about stuff from 5 years ago? That is dumb. I'm like, Miss Wanda is not playing today. She's like, I'm coming to you with fresh news and you keep on bringing me some old news. You a snake and you need to stop because she's your cousin and family is important. And I agree. I mean, Miss Wanda has a point, but then Keke is giving us a little bit more insight on the family dynamic. Keke is explaining that a relationship with her cousin was always like that since they were 13 years old. And it didn't get any better over time. Keke feels that the reason why she has such a competitive and frenemy-like relationship with Latisha is because of Miss Wanda's relationship with her brother, who is Keke's father. Apparently, Keke grew up, in a very healthy environment, and Miss Wanda and Latisha were basically the ghetto cousin. So for a long time, Keke didn't get to meet them, but she wanted to be close to them, especially knowing you have a cousin that you're the same age with. I understand why she wanted to be close to them, but they were just probably raised differently and personalities and little girls, and the relationship with her cousin was the best, I would say. And they grew up with competition because Keke's father and Miss Wanda, they were rival. They're rival and they're comparing their kids. So it's basically affected the children. So Miss Wanda is like, yeah, but we can see that Miss Wanda is a little bit more cooler now. Like, she is actually listening. And I think that she knows that her niece is saying the truth. And she is saying that, yeah, but that shouldn't have affected you and your cousin. And she said, it has affected us. It does, and this is basically a lot of different situations that grew up, that built to that point. So this is what I think about that. Family do that a lot. Extended family do that a lot. This is not my first time hearing rivalries between cousins, especially when it comes to like socio-economic status. And what I can say is that it's very unfortunate that those type of relationship exist, but they really do. They really do. And I feel that if Keke and Latisha, from the time they were 13, already didn't get along, I feel like there should have been boundaries then. And not at 13, but what I'm trying to say is that whenever you come into adulthood and things have not changed, why keeping the same recipe that led to disaster? And now you're over. Those ladies are definitely in their late 30s, maybe early 40s, still in competition, still being rival, still being frenemies. And I just cannot understand why there's the back and forth. Yes, you're a family, but sometimes even family don't get along. And if you're not able to get along, if you're not able to fix your attitude, if you're not able to fix whatever bothers you about the other person, there needs to be a little bit of distance. There needs to be a little bit of distance so that you can better deal with the relationship whenever you do see each other. You will see each other probably at family events and stuff like that. Whenever that time comes, you can better handle the situation, rather than always being close to each other and not being genuine, having communication problems, which is going to lead to problem. Like me, I always say, when you get too close to people and you say things, people are going to interpret things a certain way, and that is more chances for drama down the line. I would like your opinion on that. How would you deal with difficult relationship between brothers and sisters, cousins? Like, how would you what do you think is the best way to deal with it? For me, I feel like there needs to be a mix of distance, respect, boundaries, counseling, for it to be resolved. If those people are not doing all those steps that I've mentioned and they keep on staying around each other, only drama will arise. That's 100%, 99% sure that only drama can arise out of such situationship. It's very unfortunate, but it's also very common, especially in African communities, African American families. I've heard a lot of that, and a lot of things like that usually comes because of socio-economic status. It's the truth. Next scene, we have Miss Tiffany and Luis. Miss Tiffany organized a date night for her and her husband. She rented the Airbnb. She had a jazz player there and a cook. She has all the dinner planned for her husband, and Luis is so happy and excited about it. She's being very sexy about it. And then they get to talk. They get to talk, and Tiffany tells him that she's talked to Mel, and she told him about the whole biological father situationship, and that she would like to go on the trip with Mel. And Luis is like, don't tell me you did all this dinner to let me know that you'd rather go with Mel than go with me. And she's like, don't be mad, we do it, we don't do that. And a part of me was like, Tiffany, you started so well, but let me give you an advice. This is what I would have done. I would have set up all the dinner. I would have fed my husband. And then when he's in remission, I tell him that I was thinking about going on a girls' trip to meet my biological father. I would have told him after I am done feeding him all the pleasure that he can take. And when he is in that high, that's when I'm letting him know. But she went too fast about it. So now he seems upset. He seems a little bit upset, and he's explaining to us that he just wants to be there for his wife. And, she's been married before, and whenever she was looking for a biological mother, her ex-husband helped her. So he wants to be able to do that too, as her current husband. He wants to be able to help her look for a biological father. And I understand him. He's your husband. Who else is better placed than to be on that journey with you? Totally understand why Luis is a little bit upset. But he's going with the flow. And a part of me is like, Tiffany, I hope you're making the right decision, because I'm not really sure about your relationship with Mel. Is it that strong? I don't know. I'm not sure. But hey, good luck to you on that. That's a big deal. And then they also talk about having children. It seems that Luis is not really for it. He's like, I want my time. We already have kids. I'm past that. You're working really hard. There's no time for a child. And Tiffany is trying to defend why she thinks that they should have another child and everything. But Luis doesn't seem open to it. I guess there's going to be more discussion that's going to have to come out of that, and for them to decide if they want to have a new addition to the Whitlow family. So that's it all. That was my review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. This episode was really nice, and we saw a little bit of the preview. It's about to be hot, and I'm definitely going to be there to cover it. If you're new here, I invite you to, and if you're not new here and have been watching my videos, thank you all so much for the support. Let me all know if there's any specific topic you want me to talk about, and in the comment, and I will be sure to reply. See you all next week. Bye.